Now, from your point of view, what could be the key objectives of Israel's ground operation in Beit Hanun?
Of course, Israel has got clear plans for liquidating the Palestinian issue as a whole. It never stopped abusing the events of October 7 to do so. So there is a very strong commitment by Israel to blow up and finish everything that's called resistance inside Palestine, because this is an obstacle to the occupation authority in Beit Lahia, in Beit Hanun, in Tulkarm, and in all the areas, especially that the West Bank and Gaza Strip are key objectives for Israel, but the unknown objective by the Israeli occupation authority is to make an annexation of the West Bank, because this is part of the doctrine of Israel. So Israel is trying with its best to eliminate any kind of resistance against the occupation and against the occupation army.
Now, how has the destruction of Kamal Adwan Hospital is, of course, the latest of the healthcare facilities and hospitals that were destroyed by Israel. How did that impact Gaza's healthcare system?
It is not impacting only the health system in Gaza, but it is affecting all walks of life in Gaza. Israel is attacking all infrastructure of Palestinians and attacking the Israeli insistence of keeping their own lands. There is a systematic plan by Israel to target all hospitals, the Indonesian hospital, the Kamal Adwan hospital, and Al Auda hospital. And all the hospitals, Israel is systematically trying to get all these hospitals out of service and get all the health sector out of service. It is the wasteland policy, so as the Palestinians would not have any facility that can provide health services that can sustain their presence on their land. So there is a clear intention by Israel to target the health system by targeting the vital health institutions and everything that facilitates the lives of Palestinians. All the ministries and institutions, universities were attacked. Even the oldest church in the world was attacked by Israel. So Israel wants to eliminate the presence of any person that is still living in Gaza Strip. So it is the general's plan to evacuate Gaza and to empty Gaza of its people so as to have more of a buffer zone pro-Israel in the north of Gaza.
Now, from your point of view, sir, what is the role played by the international community to address the escalating humanitarian crisis in Gaza and the other Palestinian occupied territories?
Let me say that Palestine has been subjected, especially Gaza Strip, to all kinds of torture, genocide, and harassment by Israel. The international community is a partner in what's happening because the international community has been seeing Israel doing everything to eliminate the Palestinian cause. And Netanyahu, as a war criminal, declared this explicitly. And he said that he does not want to have any kind of Palestinian state. And this was the case Israel emphasized in 2018 and in 2024 that there will never be a Palestinian state. So there has been continued aspirations by Israel to abuse the situation in order to fulfill the dream of the greater Israel. And that's why Israel is expanding its military operations to the south of Lebanon and reoccupied the parts of Syria. So Israel has got a systematic plan to fulfill that dream, the dream of greater Israel, and expand the occupied territories. This is all coinciding with the ascendance of a new American administration, the Trump administration. And Trump has always been saying that he is pro the expansion of Israel and enlarging Israel. And this will be on the expense of the Palestinian people and the Palestinian territories.
Could the EU's Commissioner's condemnation of Israeli actions have an implication on the already a critical situation?
The EU is capable of changing the course of all these situations because the EU has got a lot of tools that can make the EU capable of changing things. But EU did not use much of its tools to change the course of the war. Now, not on the military way, not on the other aspects. Most of the weaponry coming to Israel is coming from the EU. Germany is providing 30% of the weapons coming to Israel. On the economic level also, the EU is having a free trade agreement with Israel, and it amounts to 50 billion euros. So this can leverage the EU to change things. But on the ground, on reality, few countries in the EU try to do something here and there, but the EU as such has been trying over and over to recognize a Palestinian state, and we know that the most of the resolutions made by the EU should be by consensus, and this consensus was never reached. And there is more of a willingness of the EU to suspend the diplomatic relations with Israel, but many of the European countries said no to this. So many of the EU countries are still under the course that the United States is venturing into on the political level and on the diplomatic level in the Security Council and military-wise. So it's all covering the war crimes committed by Israel. So that's why the EU is not doing the due role it should have played regarding getting a ceasefire in Gaza.
Right, that was International Relations Professor Hamad Fares. Thank you so much for your fruitful insights.